And there she be.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. I am excited
Why?
because today is the first day after rebirth and things are going to turn around. I just have a feel. I just got a good feel.
100%. I must say, you've had a
I
lovely
got a good
sunburn.
feel, baby. I got what?
You got a sunburn.
I don't got a sunburn. I haven't been outside. There's something wrong with my camp. And people are writing in, am I feeling well? I feel fantastic. Something's wrong with this cam that it makes me red. I'm the only one because there were people next to me and I asked them, am I red? And they go, no. And they were fine.
And I don't know what to tell you. Happy Monday to you.
How come you're not red?
Because I have a professional camera in front of me is all I can tell you. Because I am in studio, but just to squelch all the panic and fear that everybody has about me being here, I am alone. I am in this place, our big, amazing new studio in Boca Raton, but it is only me. You are at your home, our producer is at her home, and I'm here. I have figured out how to turn the equipment on, and we're good to go. I gotta tell you, it's good to be back home, is all I can tell you. It's amazing. Gotta get used to it again. I haven't been here in a long time. But you know what? It's nice to be here.
Yes, because I want everybody to stop yelling at me. I'm not there, she's there. Scream at her.
Nobody's yelling at me. You know, I'm safe. I'm social distancing. Nobody is here except myself. And it's all good. It's all good. You know, sometimes you just got to clear your mindset. And everyone I spoke to today, been working hard, making some phone calls. You've been making a lot of connections, and I've been following up on them. Everyone is unanimously saying, stop living in fear. You have to have hope. You have to clear your mind. Mindset is everything, and we're going to get through this. We are going to get through this. And it's like what I said this morning, 7 million people are on unemployment, and thankfully 7 million people have not contracted the coronavirus, is all I can say. So you know what? We're going to get through it. There is hope, there is light, and it's not on the other end. It is right there with you. And I got to tell you, Freddie, some of those guests you found today are amazing.
How you like that? And I gotta tell you something. That was all doable because people watch the show, and I have to be careful and say good morning from the Brooklyn Cafe TV show, and then I go and we would like to do a segment, and then I go, okay, Dawn's calling you, because I don't want that. I mean, there's a lot of strange things going on out there. Okay, the stimulus checks are going out, and people are warning me to say, if anybody calls you for your bank account and they wanted to send you a check, don't do that. It isn't true. There is none of that doesn't exist. Does not exist.
It's very funny, though, because you know how we tease you all the time that your English is so very sexy and you communicate so well? As the owner of a production company, one would think that you would communicate really clearly, right? However, the consensus has it, consensus has it that you do not, is all I can tell you.
What
Because
does
people
that
get
mean?
very confused when I call them and they say, I know Freddie texted and said you're going to call, but I'm very confused as to what he was saying. I said, don't worry about it. You're not the only one. At least you know you're in good hands. That's Freddie. That's Freddie vernacular to confuse people.
First of all, that is not necessarily true. What it is I don't give them
Anything.
all the info. I give some of the info. But I know what I'm looking for. Okay, I know if I'm looking for a mental health specialist, mental health therapist. I know if I'm looking for somebody who's involved in the bulk of business, and we want to talk to them about, what do you see? What's going on in your neck of the woods? I know what I'm looking for, and then I just say,
Good
I'm gonna
morning.
call you.
Good morning. So I'm excited. We've got some really, really great guests lined up this week. Changing it up is what we have to do. We've got some people coming on doing some craft project. I've got Miss St. Petersburg joining us this week, some fitness studios, a shaman, not a shaman, but she works with a shaman, so she's a shamanic healer. So some really, really great things. Dr. J is going to be joining us. We've got a great week lined up. Our AMP Media Network is in full production, AMP Media Productions. Teddy Unscripted was on. We had Slick Speaks. We had Fuego. And, talk about a full production company, because you're all running all of these things remotely. I'm sitting in studio making phone calls and lining things up, and everyone's doing their piece of the puzzle from home. We've got Kelsey working on a new flyer for Dignity Memorial, because they've got some great specials for their cemetery plots as well as Neptune Reef.
It's in the email, the new one, the latest one
We had
came
to
in.
change a few things of it, so it's not quite finished yet, but
The latest one too?
Dignity's one, right? We have to add a couple things to it. I've been talking to Wayne. But the discounts they're offering are absolutely tremendous. 15% discount, and it's for the cemetery plots. It's for the memorial, the Neptune Reef. They've got a lot of things about giving back to the community. And I spoke to a great women's empowerment network this morning. I got to tell you, people are ready. People are just ready to say, we got this. We're going to do it. We're going to push forward. We're going to get creative. We're going to grow our business, and we're going to pivot. Is that what they say?
Pivot.
Pivot. It's like being on the runway. You just pivot. You do what you got to do.
And I'm going to tell you something. There are people writing to me. We may have a problem with the stream on the phone, but it's working perfectly on the computer. So I'm just going to tell people, if they can't see it on the phone,
I see it on my phone just fine, so maybe they need to reboot theirs. My phone is working quite clearly, is all I can say to you. Say hi to Carrie from Sensibility. I hope you're doing great. We miss you guys. I get to watch the Sensibility posts all the time. She's running like a group home, Bonnie has. She's got Jessica, and she's got all these girls living with her. And you take for granted the things that we all have sometimes, and what the plate that others have that is so full. And I got to tell you what Bonnie and her husband do, and Jessica's there, and they're dancing, and they're doing yoga, and they're doing hip-hop, and they're doing arts and crafts, and they're doing puzzles, and it's a full-time job. What parents are doing now with homeschooling, full-time job.
it ain't
Jesse
easy.
Campo's watching. I watched Jesse Campo yesterday, her boleros. Boleros? Is that the song?
Boleros.
And pancakes. Right? So I was watching her do that yesterday while I was doing my nails. So I loved watching Jessie Campo, as always. And Melissa, I hope everything is well with you and the pudding. Everyone's getting healthy, so chocolate pudding, and I saw Got Sprouts. I actually thought of Melissa today when I saw Got Sprouts is doing chocolate pudding with avocado. So a lot of people are just restructuring their business, and it's just time to get it back up and going, is all I can tell you.
Good stuff.
Right?
I got to tell you, it's good stuff.
It's good stuff, but I'm really excited. I don't know if our friend Deb Barcelona is on yet, but as soon as she is, then we'll bring her over. And yes, Jesse, it took me 4 hours to do my nails, Jesse, and I got to watch you for about 45 minutes make pancakes in your apartment. And listen to the beautiful music of Jessie Campo, which was amazing. I love Jessie. Listening to her sing is incredible.
And I have to actually call Jesse. Now, Jesse, I called you Friday evening, but it was late. It was like 9:30. I have to call Jesse because I have to hook it up so that she can come into the VMix and we can talk to her.
I love the way she started. Maybe we can do a segment with Jessie, because she says there's the dry ingredients and then there's the wet ingredients. Then she starts showing everyone the flour and the baking powder and all these, I'm not so into cooking, all these things, and how she cooks and sings at the same time is pretty amazing.
It's funny because you're not into cooking at all.
I do love pancakes though, so the name is what got me. It's all about branding, and anything in pancakes, you got me at pancakes, and everyone knows that that's watching.
That is true.
And when Passover's over the end of the week, I can go back to having pancakes.
All true.
What else you got cooking over there, Magic Man?
Nothing. People are writing in, and I'm trying to do 15 different things at one time.
Yeah, you got to stop that. You really just got to be a little more present, a little more focused on what's going on here in the studio.
I am. You think that this is just sitting down. I got stuff to put out there. I couldn't get my Facebook thing working. Teddy
Freddie,
says,
Jesse
"Ready when
says,
you
give
guys
her
are."
a call today. So I think you will. Christina Falzone, I was talking to her. She's amazing. She has this business. It's called Shamama Healing Owl. Shamama. Don't you love that? Wait till you hear her story. So there are no coincidences in life or anything that you and I ever do. People think they don't know how we do what we do. Honestly, I don't know how we do what we do, but man, do I love to do what we get to do.
She also is a mental health therapist, right?
Yes, and she's sort of combined all of these aspects. She's kind of like Chef Z and Tracy and Daphne and Dr. J, all rolled up into one.
All rolled up into one.
Can you imagine all rolled up into one, what that's like in her head? That's got to be a crazier place than my head, is all I tell you.
No, she's probably more normal than you.
Let's see.
What else
Voice
you got
lessons, yes,
cooking?
virtual voice lessons.
My
Yes.
phone is back on.
You need to stop with your phone. You need an
wasn't
assistant
working.
to take your phone away from you. And Teddy understands what I'm talking about because it's hard for you to engage in two things at once.
No, I can engage in 3 things at once.
But we have a really funny video that was shown to me yesterday, and I said, please let me share this video. Remember how I talked earlier today how people are going from their pajamas to their sweatpants, to their bathing suit, to their sweatpants, to a shower, to their pajamas?
Right?
Once we get this video up and loaded, you're going to laugh because it really amused me too. And now we're doing pajama stories. We should do a pajama party. That's what we should do, Freddie. We should do a pajama party one morning.
Do you have permission to run this tape?
Yes,
You sure?
100% do.
This is one funny tape.
You guys have been asking me, no one's been asking, but I'm going to share anyways. What's my quarantine routine? So 8 o'clock, wake up, have breakfast, take the dog out, do computer work till 12, then get dressed, change into my daytime sweatpants, work out, change into a bathing suit, sit outside if it's nice out. If not, I just hang out. Then shower, and go into my nighttime sweatpants, have dinner, watch something on TV, and then go to sleep. And we wake up and we do it all again.
Now, I got to tell you something. How the hell did she change her voice like that?
I think it was on the app, but I thought that was so hilarious.
Do you want to reveal who that is?
That's my daughter. That was my daughter yesterday that she was doing everything. She was very helpful for me this weekend. We had a lot of self-care, a lot of beauty spa things going on in our house this weekend. So she was very helpful, and she's happy. She's teaching her art classes, and hopefully she's coming and doing an art segment with us one day this week. Today's art lesson for her students is how to create a robot out of the things you have at home. So I really wanted to do that for us as well, Freddie. So I think what I'm going to do is look around our studio and see how we can create a robot craft out of things you have around your home, from boxes to paper towel rolls to toilet paper rolls, cotton balls, tin foil, you name it. Make a robot, and then what does your robot do, and what supplies will your robot need? So does your robot like to vacuum? You need something that looks like a vacuum maybe for your robot. Does your robot like to cook? Maybe the robot needs a frying pan. So there's a lot of things, and we've got a lot of stuff in the studio that I can play with and make a robot.
Do you remember growing up, there was a dog called Mr. Potato Head?
Yes.
So why don't we just use Mr. Potato Head? Because at the end of the day, you can eat them.
I don't have a Mr. Potato Head, is all I can tell you.
Well, what you do is you take a potato, right? And then you use different things to do eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and a hat or whatever. And then you put you put two things underneath him. I just got to think of what it is. And you have Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head.
So you should get a potato in your house and do that.
Yeah. And then you take it at the end of the day and you chop it up and you fry it up and you got French fries.
Oh, no. Mr. Potato Head must stay Mr. Potato Head. I'm sorry. That's why I can't do that as well. But there's all kinds of crafts and things we can do at home, and it takes me back to those Girl Scout days. So please let us know some ideas that you're doing at your home that are keeping you and your kids busy, or maybe just you. People are doing games and game night, and apparently I'm thinking, Freddie, we should go back to doing the heads up game. The only thing I haven't quite figured out is I don't think I could see your screen from that far away to know what it says. So that'll be a whole nother idea in
Yeah,
production.
you can. You can.
It's just a glare, so I couldn't see what it says. I think that's the Fuego. Oh, no, I don't, that's another video, I guess. I'd have to go on the bigger screen.
That's our show.
You want to do heads up?
No, I don't. I never liked that game. That was a game that Paul Vadiato loved.
Yes.
There are pictures of him cracking up over that game.
Yes.
No, I have my own game. I did a Zoom virtual Easter yesterday with about 8-10 people. And everybody came in, and I don't know how I became the host. I guess I became the host. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and they're sending me texts. We're waiting for you to come on. I didn't know that there was a waiting room, that you had to let the people in. Did you know that?
Kind of, not really. I'm not so good at Zoom, I must say. It wasn't a thing for me.
No, and then you have to unmute everybody.
Yes.
So the only one who couldn't be heard is me, the host.
I'm just thinking what Gio was saying while you were muted, right?
You have no idea.
Well, here's the funniest thing of all of that, Dad, with your dad bag. You own a production company. You know
I don't
technology.
do Zoom. I
The
don't do
funniest thing
Zoom.
was, no, I have to tell you what happened Friday. Teddy was here and I was here. We were doing some production and we were trying to put in a new system, a new app. Now, I got on the app. Teddy got on the app. Producer Potato Head over here couldn't get on the app. Same thing with Zoom. Do you see a common theme here, Dad?
Yes, I don't do outside, but I don't use outside apps. You know, but I'm going to tell you. Can I tell you why?
Why?
About 10 years ago, I had a laptop that I used to do production from. And I got hacked. And my son went in and he put in all these codes. So this brain can't remember all those codes, right? So now I have a vault on my computer that won't allow you to go in because it has all the codes, right?
Right?
I can't remember the password to the vault.
Yeah, why am I not surprised? But you know who's watching? Who I have to say a big shout out to? World's best bartender.
Which one? There's a few of them.
Your nephew.
Oh, Frankie's watching?
I will never forget that day at iHeart where we stopped at this little bodega, for lack of a better word, in a place that you would never venture to on your own, ladies. But with Frankie in the car, we ventured into this place, and what he did with these little dollar bottle shots and a vending machine was truly amazing.
That was one of the funniest days with Frankie, and he was like mixing and matching, and he's like that. That's what he was doing last night. It took him forever to come on the Zoom because he takes 3 hours to make a drink.
It was hilarious. The vending machine at iHeart and the dollar shot bottles from the liquor store. It was one of those days that, wow, I needed a DD, I think. But it was a fun day. That was back in the day. You know, I was thinking, Freddie, you and I have been doing this coming up on 4 years. Actually, next month. Over 1,100 shows we've done.
We've actually done 1,256 shows.
pretty remarkable, spectacular, the amount of guests and things that we're able to do. And everyone I spoke to today, when they said they're not sure how scripted they have to be and what they need to wear, and when I say just be you and let's give some hope, oh my gosh, that's all anyone wants to do is be them. They don't want to be told what to wear, who to be, but
Wait a minute. People ask you what they should wear?
of course.
Oh, we got some fun with it. We got some fun with it.
That's why I want to do a pajama party one morning. I want to do a pajama party and pancakes. I'm going to do
You
that
can
at the
wear
end of the
pancakes.
week. I'm
You
going
can
to do
wear
it at the
pancakes.
end of the week. I'm going to have pancakes delivered again
Oh, no.
and
No
a pajama
delivery.
party
You have to make the pancakes.
here.
No, you got to bring them with you wherever you are, wherever you're going to be.
I'm calling the pancake delivery company. That would be Uber
No.
Eats. Yes.
No. You
I
got
have
to
an
make
idea. Deb says she's trying to get onto the call. Deb, all you have to do is go to vmixcall.com, put in your name and that password I gave you, and we're going to get you right in. Deb Barcelone. But I think pancakes would be fun. As a matter of fact, Chelsea was telling me that you could, or maybe it was Jen G, you can do colored pancakes. So you take, or maybe it was Teddy, pancake art. You take the pancakes and you add food coloring to it, and you could like do a whole art skill. So I was looking actually for a skillet to bring in here to do pancake art, but I think that could be fun. Or I'm going to ask Jessie Campo for her recipe.
You can stack pancakes, right? They're called stacks.
Uh-huh.
And then you could use different types of syrup on the stacks. You got to get a real big plate. And then you pour the syrup and you make a design.
I'm going to see how many people can deliver pancakes here this week. I can do different tastings, all on by me. I can do chocolate chip, I can do blueberry, we can do banana. We can say what your favorite pancake is, and maybe we do pancakes. Maybe we'll have Jessie sing. She can do boleros and pancakes and pajamas. I think that would be like a fun Friday morning show. What do you think?
I think you've lost your mind. Do you know that you can make a pancake cake?
Okay.
You put frosting on a stack of pancakes. I did this for Gio when he was a kid. He's not gonna remember, but I did it for Gio because he stayed home from school one day. He was sick, and I took a stack of pancakes and I put chocolate and vanilla frosting.
Sounds good to me. I'm in. As soon as Passover's over, which I think is Wednesday night, go back to eating pancakes.
You can't eat that; it's rising.
Passover's over this week, so yes, we're about a couple more days, and then I can go back to eating those things that have risen. JoJo, not even funny. But JoJo's rolling on the floor right now. Anyway, with that bump podcast moment, we've got Deb Barcelone, I think, on the screen. She says she's here. She just doesn't see us. So if she's there, Teddy, let's bring her over. Maybe not. I guess she's not
Maybe
there.
they're working on it.
All right, Deb, we're going to keep working on that. In the meantime, let's take a quick commercial break. Thank our sponsors. You can give us a call at 866-224-5422 or write in on message us on Facebook. Let us know. Let's do a virtual pancake and pajama party. I think that's what we should do. I'm going to have our producers put out a flyer for that. Let's plan on doing that Friday morning, 9 a.m., pancake and pajama party. What do you think, Freddie?
I'm all in.
I'm all in. All right, we're going to be on it. Stay tuned. Thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions. a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I don't know what's wrong with my phone.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe. Deb, I know she's trying to get on. I don't really know what to tell her other than try, Deb, to get on. Any suggestions?
Make sure she's using Chrome or Firefox.
All right, make sure you're using Chrome or Firefox, Deb. And yes, Shamama, you can make Instagram posts and Facebook posts that you're going to be joining us on Thursday. I got to tell you, I feel like you, Freddie. When I go to commercial break, I've got a list of text, but it's all good. We keep doing stuff. B is working really, really hard, and pajamas and pancakes on Friday morning at the Brooklyn Cafe Show, 9 a.m. in your pajamas. I want to see everyone in their pajamas and bring them all in. See what they're eating. Send us pictures, how you have your morning breakfast.
I don't have pajamas.
Well, then you're going to have a problem, aren't you? I'm
gotta
afraid to
figure
even
something.
ask you what you sleep in. I do not want to know the answer to that.
You know those coconut shells?
Yes.
I got a set of those.
You wear coconut shells to bed?
I don't, but I don't have anything else.
And we're going to leave it at that because this could go so many other ways. We're not going to go there on a Monday afternoon, but it could be fun.
I'm being honest. You asked me what I can wear, and I'm telling you.
I'm actually thinking about it. We could get you some like footy pajamas or something. I'm sure Pam Polani would have a pair of pajamas for you to wear. I'm going to reach out to Pam and see if you could borrow some pajamas.
No, don't do that, because that woman scares me. Thank you very much for playing.
She's more likely to, maybe she'll let you borrow her giraffe pajamas. I don't know, it could be kind of fun. What do you wear to bed? Pajamas. So pajama and pancake Friday morning, 9 a.m. I'm not quite sure if that means no makeup. It just means pajama day.
No makeup.
I didn't say that. I'm
And
not
you
quite sure
can't
I can
brush
wear,
your hair,
I'm not
you
quite sure I
can't-
can
you
wear my
can't-
pajamas on air either, but we're going to see what we can come up with.
You can't brush your hair or nothing. You gotta come, boom.
But a lot of fun. You know, you got to have some levity to the situation. See what we can do. Have some fun. Keep it going. Keep your mindset up. What do you do to keep your mindset up is all I want to know. What do you do, by the way?
You know, first of all, you didn't even say anything about me changing my angle.
Oh, your angle looks lovely.
I have more light because I'm looking at the lake and the pool.
Oh, I don't know. It's tough to be you, isn't it?
It's very difficult.
I see that. You got more
But
light.
do you see the angle? More
Yes.
light? You didn't even say anything. When
The
I'm
other
in the dark, you say a lot of things.
That is true. You have opened up your whole aura of light. Look how much room I have here. Isn't this spectacular? I'm not even hitting you over here because you're not there, which is kind of funny. It'd be like over there.
I have to admit, I like that you open up your own aura. Look at me. I got a lot of room. Now,
Look at that. 6 feet.
I binge watch movies this week.
Did you? What did you watch?
I watched a movie called Crash, 1999.
Yeah.
It had 20 actors that went on to have careers. Powerful movie. I also saw The Green Book.
Yeah. You sold it or you saw it?
I saw it. And for the first time, I know why that movie got Movie of the Year.
Why?
Because do you know what The Green Book was?
Share.
No. I want you to tell me.
Do I know what the Green Book was? Yes.
The reason the movie was called The Green Book.
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. And we will give out the secret to that tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Because if you get the answer to that book, and don't look it up, if you get the answer to that question, you may win a bell. My friends at Promotion for You, Stuff for You. And do you remember the movie called The Help?
Yes.
I never saw that movie.
It's a great movie, isn't it? I see a theme going on with these two movies and you to this weekend.
Well, the first 10 minutes, I was like, I got to get out of here. I'm bored to death. And then all of a sudden, bada boom.
I see a whole racial integration theme going for you this weekend.
I watched that. And I mean, I was watching movie after movie. And then came The Tiger King.
And how'd that go for you?
It didn't. I watched one more. I cannot watch that movie. I'm sorry. I just cannot get into this thing. And we find out that Jay Farrow from Momentum Mindset is good friends with the attorney representing the allegedly somebody that got killed in that movie.
Oh my gosh, you're hilarious because you are so my mother. I'm telling you, Teddy, I only wish Teddy needs to get another computer so she can pipe in on this. Here's the fact. Here's the story. Fact is, Jay went up against that attorney. He's not a friend of his.
I didn't say, well, you know, just because they went up against each other doesn't mean they're not friends.
But it doesn't mean they are.
But it doesn't mean they're not.
That's where I love your stories. You know, I think the reason you and I work so well together after all these years is because you were so much like my mom, which is kind of funny. The same ideas of the stories. I watched on Saturday night, it was Saturday Night Seder, that amazing cast of Broadway came together and they did a Seder, kind of a Seder, and it explained Passover. And it was launched on YouTube. And then, of course, you got to share it and watch it after. It went out at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. It was so funny. It was so amazingly great with music and everyone doing it from their home. And the editing job they did was spectacular on all of this because it wasn't live. So all these pieces had to be put together. Amazing. Jason Alexander hosted it. And oh my gosh, I don't know if you watched it, but it was really amazing. And then part of the Passover Seder, which you don't know, is the kids all look for the afikomen, which is a piece of matzah. There's 3 pieces of matzah, you break the middle one in half, and you hide it. And traditionally, whoever finds the afikomen gets money from the grandparents. Well, in this case, it was find the virtual Afikoman, and when you went to the website, it was to donate to the CDC. So it was really cool. They covered all of the aspects of it with music, and as you say always, music is the gift of the gods, right? So to see these performers doing what they do and share a story, and then last night, Jesus Christ Superstar was on. So a lot of hope and a lot of things coming forward. I think people realize they got tired of watching the news.
Which Jesus Christ Superstar did you watch?
The one from 2 years ago with John Legend.
Well, I didn't see that one.
It was on 2 years ago. It was on again last night on NBC. I don't know if it was NBC or CBS, but
Is this the one that opens up in the desert?
explain where else would it open up?
Back in the day, in the 80s or 90s, there was a Jesus Christ Superstar, the original, when it came out.
Okay.
It was a play, it was an album, then it was a play, and then they made the movie. And the movie, it was like rock and rollers. It was like people that went hippies type of deal. And he had to present it that way because society didn't want to see, you know, they didn't want to see the pain and the punishment and all that. But there's so many different versions of Jesus Christ Superstar. I would love to find out which one it is that they saw. I didn't get to see that.
John Legend is just amazing, right?
This
So the
is
interactive-
music or video?
It was a live performance that was done 2 years ago, and they re-aired it.
Oh, so they play the music.
They played the whole show.
The show is the music or the video?
Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Who are you? And what did you do with my partner?
What are you talking about? Who am I?
It was the show. It's a musical. Hence the video, you watch it, and then they sing.
Hold on. It's a video, it's a movie, it's a video, it's an album. Jesus Christ Superstar was a play. There's a lot of versions of Jesus Christ Superstar.
The play.
Lot.
The play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you saw the play?
Yes.
Okay, I saw the movie.
You're killing me.
What are you laughing at?
like who's on first?
Have you ever seen the movie Jesus Christ Superstar? It was in the movies. Have you ever seen it in the
I
movies?
have not actually.
Okay, then don't laugh at me. It exists. It is true. It is real.
I actually have not seen it, so I must say, you're right, I have not.
Now let me tell you, my brother Harry used to play the music on the album. He had this thing where he can hear music, and he used to play it on the piano or the guitar.
Uh-huh.
And I still remember him practicing thousands and thousands of times. Man, but he could play. It was really, really cool. And he's the one that showed me the album. And then when the movie came out, we all watched it. Harry was a big buff of that whole thing.
Amazing.
But I didn't see that they played it on. Now I know. Wow, I'm looking at the lake and there's somebody on the lake in a raft. I've never seen that in 10 years of living here. Wow. I know that there are certain plays that they make movies and vice versa. And some of them are just really, really powerful. That The Help is a real book. I looked it up. It really does exist.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
When you historically look back at our world and what's been going on and all of these things, sometimes you just can't even believe that this is real, like that actually existed, that racial discrimination exists, that hate exists. That to me is just mind-blowing that people actually feel that way. I'm just saying. The movie was amazing, the Help movie, and I was watching yesterday on my Sunday morning show, The Art of the Handshake, because now that we do production and I see what it takes to edit pieces, I look at things with a different eye. I look at what it takes to edit these pieces, because now these shows are not airing live. So all of this has to go into the archives of movies and clips and find that specific clip and get that edited down for a segment. And I have to tell you, it just blows my mind, the talent that is out there. The way people can convey a story through editing, the art of the handshake, back to government officials, back to everything, movies, that Field of Dreams, that what a handshake means. And is the art of the handshake now gone? Is the handshake as we knew it and what it stood for was solidarity. And what do you always say? Your word is your handshake, right?
That's
Has
right.
that
Your word
art
is-
of that handshake, is that no longer going to be in existence? What is it now? Because it's more than just touching somebody's hand, right? It's what means behind that. And now where are we with this whole situation of the handshake?
And you do realize that the handshake used to be the arm shake. And if you look it up in the history of mankind, it was a transference of frequency, it was a transference of energy. It is the same reason that people pray over their food. And I think we talked about this many, many years ago, about in biblical times, you used to pray over food to give it a different frequency so that it was a blessing. But I'm going to create something. I am going to create a handshake glove.
Okay.
So it's going to come in a wrapper. You put your hand in, and you're going to have like 10 layers of gloves so that when you go to meetings, you take each one off as you shake somebody's hand.
It's like double gloving?
Triple, quadruple. There's going to be so many gloves, and my hand is going to look like my foot.
But think about that, right? What has changed? Because it's things you don't even realize. Life as we knew it, know it. Just simple gestures have changed like that. When you hug people, hello. When you kiss them, hello. All of the formalities, all of the friendships. What's gonna change now?
Nothing. You just, you get hit with the elbow, you get the thumbs up, and nothing's going to change.
It does. There's the whole. You know what you always teach, that it comes from your hands. Healing comes from your hands, right? It's the exchange of energy. And I was talking to Christine about it today because she also does Reiki and a massage therapist, and everything that comes to her through spirituality, it's through the hands. It's how we transfer energy. It's going to be very different without having that transfer of energy. I know when I met you, you never kissed anyone hello, you never hugged anyone. Now people come into our studio and everyone's like, it's a big hug fest, right? All the time. No one even shakes hands. If you were to shake someone's hand
I was
here,
doing it right.
apparently you were right.
It.
Apparently you were right. So I thought that was an interesting piece to watch, the art of the handshake of what's going to change. It's going to have to be something new.
What about how people live, Dawn? How people now have to be more clean. You go to the bathroom, you should always wash your hands.
Yes,
Always.
always.
This is a new thing. Now people are doing it because they've come to the realization if you don't, you could die.
Yeah,
Right?
pretty
So
much.
that's changed. Your vision of your computer has changed. Your vision of communication has changed. No longer should we take the small things like a handshake for granted.
Right?
So all of a sudden, what you're talking about is how this new present day norm is going to change old habits. I read somewhere somebody says, I don't want the old norm to come back. It doesn't work.
Some of it does.
Can we agree? Oh, okay. If something doesn't work and you continue to do it, is it going to continue not to work?
Well, which part doesn't continue to work?
And there is $1 million question. A lot of the parts.
Like?
Racism doesn't work.
Well, that never worked.
So the way we approach that has to change. Violence among ourselves, among our people, among us has to change. Our perspective of what to do, when to do it, and how to do it has to change. You should be careful what you take into your temple, what you eat. I mean, I wish Ann was here because I remember when I was an altar boy, a priest telling me one day, you are your temple, what you eat is what you'll become. And here we have a pandemic based on allegedly on what people ate that they shouldn't have been eating.
That goes into culture and what different beliefs of people, but that's cleanliness too. These allegedly what caused this pandemic. What's
do
it
you
called?
change-
A wet a wet something. I don't know what this wet bat came from, but
A wet
yeah,
bat?
it's not a wet bat, but what's it called where the bats, all these animals are killed and they're slaughtered and or they die and they're just laying there and all I can
Or
tell
you
you
mean-
is a bat and a mouse and a rat, things to me that probably should not be humanly for consumption.
Well, I saw a documentary where there's this place in China, which is the town where it originated from, and they have all these live species. They have live bats in cages.
Oh, a wet
They
market
have
it's
live-
called.
A wet market, okay. But they have that, and this is how viruses travel from one animal to another, and the next thing you know, you have an epidemic,
Yes.
okay? Now, how do you change cultures and beliefs?
Slowly.
How do you do this without offending anybody?
That's the thing. You can't mandate anything. You can't tell people what they have to do. All you can do is share the evidence. Listen, you've watched some movies and you have chosen to be vegan. Right? There are
Yes.
people that believe in being vegan. There are other people that believe in other things and eat in moderation, and other people that believe in eating kosher or halal or different ways they can still eat meat, but the animals have to be slaughtered in a certain way that are more humane, if you want to use the word humane for animals. There's all kinds of things. We've talked about energy that animals take in when they're kept in captivity and what that does when it's transferred to your body when you eat it. All of these things. Your father was a farmer. You grew up that way. Things were eaten off the land. You had chickens, but they were humanely kept, right? They weren't kept on top of each other and fed bad stuff. They weren't fed hormones. There's a lot of things. It's huge. This is just worldwide everything. Now we just have to get people back to work. And you know what that takes? It takes faith, and it takes understanding and elevating your mindset to know that you're going to get through this. Whatever it takes for you to do that in kindness and compassion and community. It doesn't mean go out and be crazy in the grocery stores. It means to give back. And I have to tell you that I do order food in, and it gets delivered to me every week. And they have a link where you can give food back to those in need. So you can do 3 meals, 10 meals, 15 meals, because there's got to be a way to get food into our communities. Deborah Tendridge has done a spectacular job. Farmers are donating hundreds and hundreds of pounds of produce to get out into the community. It's there. We have the resources. We just don't have the manpower right now because of this to get it out there.
How do
But
we
there
get
is
information on the produce?
I actually reached out to one of the communities and also South Florida Feed the Hungry. I've got a call with them later today. I love what they're doing. It's a challenge. It's 19, 19, 19. 19 push-ups, $19, and you tag 19 friends to do the challenge. So I'm going to coordinate with them, and yes, I'm going to do my 19 push-ups, donate $19, and tag 19 friends to do the same thing. You know what? If you can raise money for ALS with the Wet Bucket Challenge, we can raise money for food to feed the families as well. So all I can tell you is let's get going. I know my friend Faith Washington will be up for the 19 push-ups. I got to see if I can actually make it to 19. I know I'm good on 10. I'm not quite sure if the girly push-ups count after 10. But you know what? It's all in good effort.
Push-ups. It has
No.
to be real push-ups.
Can you do them?
Real push-ups. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
19.
But I think it's a great challenge to get people moving and get some fitness and have some fun. Get your kids involved. You know what? Kids can get out and do 19 push-ups also. And if you have the means and you can donate 19 times the amount of kids you have in you, do it. In the Jewish tradition, it's always 18. It's for high. So everything is in multiples of 18. So let's do multiples of 19. Maybe it's like one for good luck in my mind.
There you go. There you
Right?
go. You know, every idea starts with a beginning, right? Every idea has a beginning. So that might be a wonderful way of doing it. It might be, I mean, I have a plan in my head for one of the products that we use where I want to be able to raise money. I think that not-for-profit is called Feed America, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am, I apologize. But I have an idea, which I will tell you later, because the technology that we have will allow us to do certain things. So I would like to create a concert using the people we know in their own music. I like a Jesse Campo, like Cindy,
JC?
JC, all of the singers, maybe all of them that come in there. And I would like to dedicate time on a certain platform to raise money and use a call-in or write-in or GoFundMe that goes attached to it, so that all the proceeds will go to Feed America, which is, from what I understand, is a very important deal, or any other. I mean, I don't care where it goes as long as it goes somewhere. But I was thinking about how to put that together, and I came up with a plan. I want to lay it on you because now we have the ability to bring in 250 people on this platform. And that's going to be a challenge in itself, but it can be done. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk with the players, and we launch it and see what happens. If it doesn't work, yeah, we go back and we do it again.
I think the mental aspect of what's going on, if you can keep people clarity of mind, and a lot of that comes from food and healthy food. It's not things in packages, and I understand that without work, people don't have money. If you don't have money, you can't afford food. So what do? We resort back to things that are the comfort foods in bags and processed and that are inexpensive to make in boxes that sit in our shelves in the grocery store and in the discount stores. However, we have amazing farmers. Every community has farming of something. There's produce someplace. Let's reach out to them and see how they can help you. It's just getting the resources out there. It exists. Let's getting food into our kids. Deb Barcelone says, Freddie, you're a great creator, and says, definitely, I can do 19 push-ups. You know, it makes me think of that time Deb was in our studio and I had to do a plank in my skirt and heels. Deb, I think I'm going to do my push-ups the same way. Just saying. What do you think, Freddie?
I remain speechless.
You are always speechless when it comes to me. Haven't you missed me being here? I know. It's like, boop, who let her out of her cage? And she's back.
First of all, I've been doing production since 10 o'clock till now. We have Fuego on with Ortiz and Sylvia, and they had a call in from South America. It was really, really choppy, but she was talking about how the virus is affecting situations down there. It's a great show to watch. And then you have Slick and Teddy, Unscripted and Slick Speaks on there. And I heard a Slick show. He brought it home today, and Teddy did that production. So I've been a little busy, Lucy.
Good, as you should be.
And I've been sending you people to call, because I didn't want anybody to think that I was a creeperella.
Yeah, well.
But, you know, some of the people that were talking, I just got another one that I need you to call as well. You know, the bottom line here is we want to hear from businesses. We want to put it on the platforms. We want to make it bigger. We want to make noise. And then we want to put everybody together to network, to help one another. Because as they say, one finger stands alone, but a bunch of fingers make a punch, and that's impact. And that's what we're looking to do.
Another Freddieism. One
You
finger
like that?
stands alone, and a bunch of fingers makes a punch. I like that. The funny thing is when I do things and I'm not with you, your Freddieisms are in my head, and I find myself quoting you, like, always look up. Things like that, and I think, wow, another Freddieism. We should do a book of Freddieisms.
You sound like my son, Gio.
We totally should. You don't even know what to do with yourself. You're like, here, you're every which way. I really want to get Deb on, but I don't know if that's working. But we got lots of things coming, a lot of things. But you got to get people into the healthy mindset. And there are ways to eat healthy. There are ways to do it at a fraction of the price. You know what would be great? If actually Publix would open their doors and do a free food giveaway. That everyone could take maybe one item of produce, of one banana or one this, and get some food into these kids and just give back. Because I got to tell you, my grocery bills are enormous. Fortunately, we're okay that we can afford that, but there are people who can't do that. And you know what? No one should ever have to go hungry. And that's what's heartbreaking to me, is that because of this shutdown, and there's so many levels of it, is that people are going hungry. And if you go hungry, you get frustrated. And it leads to so many other things that to come out of this slowly, it just takes us back so many years and years and years of past feelings of repression and depression and anxiety. If you can't feed your family, what that leads to. There's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way. We're going to find it.
Well, we at the 9 o'clock show that we had this morning, we talked about frustration. We
Yeah.
talked about how people will go from being stir crazy to panic and then just pure frustration. And that's going to be the next biggest hurdle, because the numbers are beginning to flatten out. I saw that. I understand that. There's still 2 weeks of history coming forward because we didn't do as good of a job as we should have done, or whatever the reason is. This is not about pointing fingers. So we have one more small hurdle to go over. And then we have to come back slowly, and we're going to have to figure it out. I was saying this morning, for me, there should be a total shutdown in having to pay for anything, because it is really the only way that this is going to work. The government giving out a stimulus for $1,200 is great, but by the time 2 weeks rolls around, that $1,200 is going to be meaningless. A loaf of bread is going to turn into $6 a loaf. The bottom line here is, if you still have to pay your FPL or your phone, you ever wonder what happens if you can't pay your phone? This is a lifeline.
Yep.
People aren't driving as much, but if you're a first responder, you need gasoline. So we have to come to some kind of agreement. In my world, I shut everything off, hit the reboot button, and start again. The problem is that outside pressures is what people right now are going to start feeling. Food is one of them, Dawn. How do we get those foods to people? I saw over the weekend that they have distribution lines, like vendors was putting out where people came in cars and they're buying boxes.
Yeah.
I think they're $10 a box. And there was a guy there that bought 10 boxes. And then he said, here is for the next 5 cars behind me. So the girl said to him, oh, you know them? They know you? He says, I don't know who they are. The next 5 boxes, you give them all one. And don't tell them it's from me. And he paid it. And they caught that. And they put it on the news. That's what I'm talking about. Those to help those that can't do. But if we shut it all off and there are no bills to pay, then you're going to catch up. And I know that's never going to happen. I understand that. The bottom line right now is, how do we come together to make some kind of straight thought on just some of the most bizarre things going on? Think about caregivers. Think about people who are on respirators just in their house, the seniors, and people taking care of them that they can't go to take care of them. What happens to them?
It's a lot.
So we gotta
That's
come
why
up with
we
a plan.
have to stop this, and we have to keep going. We have to stop the fear. We got to keep going. You have to give back to the community. If you know of someone in need, if you know of a family that needs help, if it's like, it takes you back to when my PTA days, when my kids were in elementary school. You had a family in need. We all rallied together, right? If you know someone whose house is compromised or someone loses their job, you rally together. If you need food. I heard a story yesterday that there are seniors in need of food, but they're embarrassed to ask for help. There are resources. Ruth Rails Jewish Family Services, a tremendous resource, and you do not have to be Jewish to receive services. All you have to do is reach out to them, and they have food that is being delivered to people's homes, so no one should ever feel embarrassed. They say they can't take charity, that somebody else needs it more. It's like my grandfather used to always say, he was saving for a rainy day. He had laryngeal cancer, he was in an ALF, he had a full-time aide, they was on a Medicaid bed, but he was saving for a rainy day. Other people would have thought that was, right, a monsoon, but to him, it wasn't rainy enough yet to ask for help. You gotta ask for help. And there are resources in our community that are helping. Wayne Barton Center is giving out hot meals in East Boca Raton. Ruth Rails is delivering to the seniors. Deborah Tendrich is getting food, Eat Better, Live Better out to the community. Through her resources, they will deliver to you You can make a financial donation or you can make a food donation and they will pick it up. They are delivering hundreds and hundreds of pounds of fresh produce and healthy food to children and families. The school systems have food for the kids as well. The kids do not have to be in the car anymore. You just go, you ask for how many, and they are providing that as well. There are resources out there. It's just about, sometimes we got to swallow our pride a little bit and say we need help.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and we do this, we've been doing this now for 4 weeks, every day, 9 to 12. And my sons yesterday were saying to me, well, why are you doing this? And I said, if you cut the communication with the public, if you stop giving whatever tidbits you can find, if you stop that, you're going to see panic like you've never seen it before. So we're just trying to let people know it's going to be okay.
Yes.
We just got to hang in there, got to hang in tough. And I want to make a call. I want to get people that want to push to help those that can't. I think we talked about this today, right? The table setters. We talked about the table setters. Table setters are the ones that are harsh or tough, and we know this is hard. Listen, we know this better than anybody. Okay, I'm still home because I'm afraid to go out there. I went yesterday to deliver food to my son because we had the virtual Easter. And I put on a mask inside my car when I drive with gloves in my car.
Why?
Because I want people to see that I'm following what they should be doing. If I don't do that, and there was a guy who sat next to me and he was at the light and he looked at me, I looked at him, and he reached over to his glove compartment door and he put on his mask in his car. The guy that was driving, he gave me the thumbs up. All I'm saying is to give healing a chance. I'm not saying that this is the right thing, the wrong thing. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not even pointing fingers. I'm not doing that either. But if we don't give healing a chance, this thing is going to get away from us. That the numbers are coming down are terrific. I applaud that. Anything positive, I applaud it. The news is trying to scare us to stay in. I see a lot of cars behind you, Dawn. Lots and lots of cars. You ain't got to be out there, don't be out there. That's all I'm saying. Give healing a chance.
Let's take a quick commercial break. I'm going to give Deb a call, see if we can get her back on DJ Ortiz. I gave him a code as well. Let's see what's happening with DJ. Let's take a quick commercial break. Thank our sponsors. Grab yourself some lunch or a drink, and we'll be right back.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great? Outstanding! Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Back to Dawn and Freddie. I gotta tell you, I love New York Sounds and Steve-O.
You know, this weekend I was watching Steve-O did a show or music he played from his garage. And of course, what happened? Facebook shut him down. But you know what was so great is I was feeling a little funky this week. And I think a lot of people probably were feeling a little funky this week. And it was tough. You know, it's the holidays, it's Passover, and you talk about freedom. It was Holy Friday, what happened with Jesus, and you go into Easter. And a lot of feelings that people are reflecting. People are missing family. As great as Zoom is, it's not the same as the hug or the handshake or having people at your home. And then you turn on Facebook and you see New York Sounds in the house taking requests. And I got to tell you, it lifted my spirit. It elevated. And I went, you know what? We're going to get through this. We're going to do it okay with music. And DJ put everything on the line, Steve-O did. And he got kicked off. He said, but he'll be back. More to come.
It's funny because I gave Steve-O a different way of doing what he does. And I was hoping that he would have contacted me this weekend to give it a run, but I guess I'm gonna have to reach him. There is another way of doing it, because what happens is, how long did you see it for? 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
He's been gone from 45 minutes to 30 minutes to 15 minutes. And of course, because the music is not royalty free, they're gonna shut it down. But there are other ways of doing this, as long as you give the royalty, you just have to say the name of the song with the owner of who it is.
That's a lot of songs to do, though.
Well, he's a mixer. When you go to a club, it's the same difference, isn't it? Okay, so I think that music is very healing. I think it's nice that he does what he does. He did a 70s, he did an 80s, and he did a 90s. I don't know which ones you saw. And it's a lot of fun. I shared it out, and then in came Big Brother and he shut it down. But it was a lot of fun.
He was doing it by request, which was great. And I was working out. And, your playlist sometimes gets old and you just don't have that motivation when you're at home to work out. And I got to tell you, he brought it. So thank you again to Steve-O from New York Sounds. Jenny Azulai from Moxie told us that her son's bar mitzvah was supposed to be in May. It has now been postponed to the fall. And she hired Steve-O in New York Sounds because of his relationship with us. So yes, they are booking events in the fall, maybe in the summer, I'm not sure, but reach out to Steve-O New York Sounds. His wife is needing some prayers. They tested his daughter for COVID-19. So he's got a lot going on.
Yeah. And a lot of challenges in Steve-O's life, but we're here. Our prayers are with you, and we'll get this done.
We have a crazy magic. Our own DJ is joining us on the show right now.
This may be a double bell fist.
DJ Fischel, how you doing, DJ?
Hello, everybody. And I have something for you, but before I forget, Steve-O, from DJ to DJ, there is a way to do it. You take the BPMs and bring them up about 5 BPMs up. So the song is a little bit different. And then speak when you are playing the song. And then put some of those sounds, the horns, all that go ba, 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 and go like this, make some sounds. They don't identify your song. So from a DJ to DJ, you can do it, okay? So congratulations, Steve-O, and the shutdown will be shortly. Anyways, guys, how are you, Don? How are you, Freddie? It's good to see you. You look great. You look great, Freddie. You look great. I miss you guys.
We miss you, too.
Okay, listen what I have for you. This is what I'm learning. This is what I'm learning in my time off on my social distance. Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Put the piano on. Can you hear it?
Yes.
You don't know my talent, huh? Only for you. But you know what the beautiful thing is? I don't have to play it. Look at that.
That is hilarious.
That's what I learned, the beautiful piano automatic for you. Nice.
Hilarious. He's got to play your piano.
I don't want that to be shut down. Anyways.
DJ.
Yes.
I got a question. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. They are asking me if you are the guy from South America that calls the soccer games and goes, "Go!"
Well, I'm one of them. I can do it. Matter of fact, when I was there my first week at the studio, Dimitri says to me, "You know what? Your energy is unbelievable. Can you narrate for like 15 seconds? Argentina is playing versus Brazil, and Argentina is going to score. Can you do the play-by-play?" I said, "Sure enough, here we go, Dimitri." And I did it for him. So, en Spanish, I said, "So tenemos la bola, el partido está súper caliente, el defensa está pero poderoso, vamos con la pelota, vamos Brasil, la toma, oh, Messi la coge, en el medio campo medio, hacia la izquierda, oh, y regresa Messi, Messi la coge, llega Messi, y ¡gol! ¡Gol, gol, 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 gol! De Messi! Así, that's the way we play soccer.
Unbelievable. I stay
You don't have the time
speechless.
to do that, right?
Now I gotta
miss you
tell
guys.
you, I came up with a way of using your talents
Okay.
and having some fun. So I
Okay.
am going to go to the street with a camera, and I'm going to follow cars to the light to see who gets to the light first. And you are going to use your voice to say in English, the red car, the blue car, the yellow car, the green car, whatever, as they're getting to this, to see who gets to the stop sign before anybody else.
Excellent. Excellent.
Or we
Do we have to
in the
make a
supermarket.
Daytona Beach?
You know what we could do? We could do a virtual game of Twister.
Uh-huh.
This,
With a
Twister.
narrative.
The red dot, the blue dot, the yellow dot, the green dot. Same with the cars. Yes. And we put our cameras like on the ground and see how flexible we all do a game of Twister. It could be fun.
It can be fun. Yes, it can be a lot of fun. Hey, Don, it's good to see you at the studio. I'm sure the whole studio was missing you. It's nice to see you back at your chair with the pillow, with the
Thank you.
background. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. However, it's good to see Freddie there. You look great, Freddie. You look fantastic.
I'm still home.
I know you do. I know you are. I know you are at home, but you look great. How was your weekend?
It was great. I watched every movie known to man.
And listen, by
I'm
the way,
running out of movies. I'm running out of
I
movies.
want to take this opportunity to congratulate you on the AMP Productions. I'm sure you know Fuego launches every morning at 11:02, and I mentioned the fact that Fuego is possible thanks to both of you and to the production company under the AMP umbrella. This is fantastic. This is the branding that we all need. And Fuego is so pleased. Sylvia, Claudia, and the whole team. We are thinking outside the box. We have connections with Costa Rica, with Spain, with Colombia, with Mexico. We have somebody that is ready to go into the from Germany. And today is the astronomy day. And I don't talk about astronomy like the Virgo or Libra. No, I'm talking about the astrology or thinking about the planets that they were discovered. So this week, my objective is to have somebody that is in Germany. She's a 32-year-old lady from Colombia who was selected. She worked for the United States here under the the NASA, but she was given a scholarship and she's working from Germany and she's a Latin and she's considered one of the 5 most smart women in the Latin community, in the Latin world. So I'm trying to get in touch with her because being the fact that it's the Planet Day, I want to talk to her how she was able to discover a planet from Chile with one of those telescopes. So I want to have her sometime this week. So as I said in El Fuego, the world is like a little handkerchief. It's so small thanks to all this communication. So Freddie and Don, congratulations on AMP Productions. We are doing fantastic, and this is just the beginning. As I began in November with the 2 of you, and I said, this crazy guy, where are we going to go? I think we know where we're going to go, okay? So,
DJ,
yes, ma'am.
people want to know what you had for lunch because they want
I
what
haven't
you're
had lunch.
having.
I haven't had lunch. I have 3 cups of coffee. Colombian coffee. Colombian coffee.
3 cups of Colombian coffee is everyone's commenting. They want to know what you're having because they want your energy.
Oh, yeah, anytime. Could you imagine me? What happens is I have lunch and then I have my quiet time. Like or an hour. So I listen to the piano or I do playlists. I come down a little bit. So, but then this is why this is so crazy for me. I'm going crazy. This physical distance is no good for me. It's like my house has never been as clean, organized. You know what I did this weekend? I took my toolbox and I organized all the screws and nails by type.
Wow.
These screws in this box, these nails on this box, these nails on this box. So I had like 40 boxes, and all the screws are not loose. I'm the only one with that loose screw. But anyways, all the screws are all together, nice and organized. Anyway, so.
Somehow I've missed
That's
that
what-
organization memo at my house. There's so many other things to do. I've yet to clean it or get organized. I did get my laundry put away. That's as far as I got last week. This week laundry's still not
And
put
to the
away.
process, you know what you find? You find a lot of trash. The trash men people is always say, you know, I have never seen people throwing so much trash before. So it's happening. It's happening. So it's great. Well, let's be
Cleaning and
organized.
organizing. Getting
And
organized.
it's, and it's funny because the thing with the trash, people are complaining there's too much trash, but that's okay. That's because everybody's home. Now, I wanted to ask you, DJ. DJ doesn't even know that while your show was going on today, there were 2 other shows on another channel going on.
Oh, I know then Slick was on, right? And Teddy.
And Teddy before. So we put 3 shows on at the same time, which
Fantastic.
it was one of the things that we want to be able to do this. And there are multiple platforms that we want to use as well. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I know when this blows over, baby, because it's coming,
Yep,
the Hispanic market needs to be represented.
I agree.
You know, we are
I
a
agree.
giant part in the consumer world with product as well. The
Correct.
largest
Correct.
minority in the country is Latino based now, the largest.
Correct. Yeah.
So
and I always
it's
encourage,
important-
my campaign with El Fuego is that we are Latin, we are in the United States, we need to obey the rules and we need to respect that we're in the United States of America. However, we come from a culture then is different from the point of view that we have different things, our mom, dad, you know, I wasn't born here, but our objective in El Fuego is to go to these communities and say, this is how we can feed. And that's why I talk about the IRS. Taxes, we must do taxes. We have a campaign about the census. Census is very important. So I always told them census. And I give them 800 numbers for so many different things. We told them, be careful because, you know, this time is hard when you are with your spouse and your children. Sometimes your patient can run a little bit short. But you know something, the innocent victims, the children, have nothing to do with that, with the COVID-19. So just be a little more sensitive to it. So our objective is to communicate on their language, the native language, about the things, how things can feel with all respects and everything that goes on here. Elections, how important the elections are for this country, the Republicans, Democrats, whatever it may be, whatever your choice is, you have the right to say, here I am, just like the American people. My dream was to come to the United States. And this is part of the dream, to be part of this great country, this great nation.
And you know what, DJ? I saw that you can now do your census online, which is tremendous. And I
Correct.
think our election in November is going to be done online as well.
That's
I don't
what
think they're going to be able to take a chance of opening up the polls. I think they're going, if they can do the census online somehow, listen,
Yeah.
you know the technology exists. There's so many great technologically minded people in this country that will be able to get a platform available for the election between now and November, that it has to go on. But things will change for sure.
Definitely.
But I need to ask you a question. You guys are from Florida, right?
No?
Yes, we are.
I mean, the last 10 years, 15 years?
Do we live in Florida? Yes.
Didn't you
For me,
have
it's
like a
true.
presidential problem, something called a tab or a flab or something?
A Chad. Again, your English is so sexy.
Chad, yes, the Chad. Did you have a problem with the Chad?
A hanging Chad. You know what, in my mind, what that looks like right now? It's not even arable on TV.
But the funny thing, Dawn, is that the losing party is always going to cry something was amiss.
They're always going to do that, though.
The Chad.
A hanging Chad. If you actually think about what that sounds like right now, it sounds so not like a midday show.
Uh-huh.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Just think.
I'm thinking.
Certain words, I prefer to look for another word to replace because I don't have a dog because the dog sometimes he loses a lot of hair. So what do you call that? When the dog loses all their hair, how you call it? The dog is no, it's shedding, right? It's shedding, so you have to be careful with that word. Right?
Shedding, yes. And he says my English is sexy. Shedding, yes.
See, we got to play games. We got to come up with a game virtually that we can play, like charades or something, heads up. Because DJ's like, and what is this called? I don't know. If they're not watching us with sound, they're thinking I don't know. What's he doing? That's why I say, if you ever watch our show without sound, it's hilarious.
Do you know something, Dawn?
What?
When I talk to DJ, I make up words. He makes up words. And the funny thing is, we both know what the hell we're talking about.
Because both of you are just like two peas in a pod.
Hey, Freddie, I don't know if you have noticed, but for example, sometimes when you are conversing with Don or to all the audience, sometimes you do a Spanish word here and kill it, Don, get it, Don.
I can't find it. It's like flying around my head. Sorry, I know we're taking us out of focus.
You know what that means? That means it's time to change the air conditioner filter.
I know, DJ,
soon.
you're not here.
How can you change the filter? Nobody's been there.
I'm going to take the ladder out and get up there and change it.
Yeah, no, what I was saying, Freddie, is that sometimes when you're conversing the show, and you say, yeah, in English, and then all of a sudden you do a Spanish word. Yeah, pero, or that, or, you know, it's Spanish. So I grab it, I get it, and some people doesn't realize, but you just throw a Spanish word here and there, which is what Don calls very sexy.
That is from a song from Mark Anthony, who said, he says at the end of the song, Celia Cruz, like Celia Cruz says, my English is very, very sexy. That's from a song where we got that. And I always tell Don, cógelo con take it easy, which, you know, take it easy, cógelo con take it easy, because I got to change the lingo. Do you know how you know if people are paying attention to what you say?
When they repeat it?
No, you just say something that has nothing to do with the conversation.
Yes.
And they will look at you and say, what? Or they'll say, what the hell does that mean? Then you know they're paying attention, right? I was taught this by a very famous Jewish man in New York City. Very famous. I can't even use his name because I can't remember it. But he taught me. He taught me if you do that. Also, if you ever turn your head to the side and scratch your head when somebody talks, watch what happens. Like that.
Yeah.
Watch what happens. It is the message that is the delivery.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. You're right.
They say it's
Anyway,
Spanglish. That's what Laura's saying, Spanglish. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we call Freddie language, Spanglish.
Spanglish. I was taught that a long time ago.
All right, let's go to commercial break. DJ, you going to hang with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Where else is he going?
I don't know. I got to get that bug. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events they might have coming up.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Good morning.
Ding, 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 ding. I have to tell you, I'm having the best time here by myself.
Really?
There's all kinds of fun things, things that we've been so busy that we haven't gotten to play with. Like this book that we got from Jeff at Promo Stuff For You. This is amazing, this book. And he has this available for people that are looking to brand. And I just want to show it to you. This little organizer book, you can have it branded with your logo at the bottom. It's so old school, but it's a notebook. It's got notes. It's got calendar in it. And then it's got this charger in it for your phone, which is so amazing. So I can sit here now on set when my phone normally dies, and I can keep my phone charged either by plugging it in, or you just keep it on top, and it picks up the battery that way. And then this little clasp is a flash drive in it. So you always have everything you need. I've got all my notes neatly organized in here. I feel like Vanna White. And it's yours if you contact Jeff at promostufforyou.com. I think this is incredible. Right here, you just got to put your phone, and it charges. So a lot of great things coming out of the studio when I actually now have time to go find them.
I got breaking news.
I better be good.
Phil that owns the Angelos by the Sea, this is from JoJo, connected to the hotel where me and Linda stayed at, is giving away 163 pizzas to everyone that works at the grocery store. She has the cards, and he just brought them to her, and she's being interviewed by the news.
JoJo is?
Uh-huh.
JoJo's joining us tomorrow at a 9 a.m. show. She's going to be joining us on our show.
She still hasn't looked for the Ethernet cord, but we're working on it.
She was at the beach. She was enjoying Easter, but she's going to be coming in tomorrow. She's got guests, a lot of things that she can share with us also. Everyone wants to know what DJ Ortiz has got cooking. There he is, DJ Family Show.
I'm just drinking something, thinking about you. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
What is it?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not driving. I'm not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, just have something, so It's good. It's pretty good thinking about you. So salute for both of you.
Here's what I was thinking over the weekend. I was actually talking to my daughter about this, about 2 things that your mother taught you that has served you well in life. What are 2 things, Freddie, that your mom taught you that has served you well in life?
She once said to me, it isn't about what you know, but what you teach.
That's 1.
Because it will come back to you 7 times over.
2.
How many you want?
2.
You want another one?
Well, that's 1.
Right?
I need 1 more.
2 things that she taught.
2 things that your mother taught you.
And my mother said to me, when you throw out the garbage, Freddie, make sure you don't break the back.
Okay, I'll take it. DJ.
I think
freeze?
DJ's frozen.
Wow, he's quiet.
No, he's frozen.
So you know what I was talking about? The 2 things my mother taught me how to do?
Tell
Not
me.
quite as poetic as what your mother taught you. How to do my nails and how to make a martini. And that, my friend, was my weekend endeavor.
How to make you know how to make a martini?
Yes. If you do a Mia style, you just count to 12. My mother
No,
doesn't
Mia
get
style,
quite
yeah.
that far up, but she just pours it and she stirs it. My mother stirs it with her finger, so no stir required because her finger works just as well. And that's how my mother makes a martini.
You know, it's funny that you said that you make martinis. You know what I watched this weekend?
What?
007.
Ah, the best martinis, right?
Yes, he in the movie The Hotel, the something hotel. Watched it. And you're not supposed to use your finger anymore.
I'm sure you're not.
Anymore.
But my
You
mother
heard
always
me say-
does.
You heard me say anymore.
Anymore? But those were the things I was texting Genji about, the things that you learned growing up, because my mom used to own a nail salon, so I learned how to do my own nails, I learned how to color my own hair, and I learned how to make a martini. All the necessities in life is all I can tell you. But if you actually think about the things you learned from your mom, it could be fun. DJ, what are 2 things you learned from your mom?
From my mom. Wow.
Yes.
I learned how to cook. And of course she cooked excellent. I always remember, I asked her recently, how can she make that cauliflower pie? She makes the most excellent cauliflower pie. And I cannot make it. She also makes delicious soups, because she used to cook for 11 people. She had 9 kids. So she was like a chef. And the seasoning, when I had the great opportunity to have her here living with me for about 3 years, I used to wash it, even the rice, the seasoning she places into the rice, the beef, the way and I think it starts with the love. And she made the garbanzo beans. I never tried it before, garbanzo beans or the lentil soup. I used to write the recipes. I still have them here because I used to wash them. And even as simple as making some hot cocoa, it came out with such a flavor because hot cocoa has a little bit of a technique. You cannot let the milk boil. It has to be just before boil because the milk spoils. So anyways, all these little techniques, the little details, but most important, she always told me, you have to cook from your heart.
And Fred, I always think of the story you told me when your mom would take a pound of steak and pound it out and feed an army.
That's true.
Right?
That's very true.
The things we learned
Not
from our
only-
families.
Not only did she do that, when it started like this and it ended like this, and then she put everything on it, the whole kitchen sink. And the steak was about 15 pounds, and then she cut it up, and everybody got a piece.
Yeah. I have a very similar story like yours, Freddie. My father worked for a newspaper, and he used to get sometimes days off here and there because he was an editor for a newspaper. And on Saturdays, we used to wait for him, the 9 of us and my mom, and plus a dog, because he says, I'm going to bring some rotisserie chicken. And this is about 30 years ago. So he brought rotisserie chicken. no the Pollo Tropical, no the Boston Market, but rotisserie chicken. And we were waiting for because he bought 2 chickens, and 11 of us and the dog ate from it. And now we buy 1 rotisserie chicken, and sometimes 2 or 3 of us eat, and it's like it's gone. So I said, how did they do it? 11 of us plus a dog ate 1 or 2 chickens, 2 chickens. I said, it's unbelievable how, but my mom knows how to cut that chicken. She said this and this and this and this. So, I mean, we did it and we were satisfied and happy with it.
That's amazing. Freddie, you reading this feed?
Which
My,
feed?
my
Yes,
mom wrote in, she says, I want to meet your mom. I think I would love her.
You have to make it happen, Freddie.
It's very simple, very easy to do. You know, when I was 13 years of age, I used to work for Frank's Army and Navy in 3rd Avenue in the Bronx. And your mom will know this, Dawn, in the Bronx. My father used to pick me up in his station wagon on Friday, no, on Saturday, because I used to get paid $380. I mean, I made money when I was 13. And I was afraid to take the subway home. So he used to come and get me. So my father used to say to me, I came to get you. And I used to give them the money because I was afraid to hold on to it. Now you have to buy us dinner because I came to get you. So if you go down to 3rd Avenue, off the highway, there is a White Castle. And I had to go buy $20 worth of food for everybody. That was the best time of my life. My God, I had such a ball with that. They had the girls in roller skates in the day. We used to come and take your order. This is going back, you know, this is going back. But what a good time I had just with those small memories of learning to appreciate the money you made at such an early age. And I've been doing it ever since.
And
You
you
know,
do.
I appreciate what I do. I appreciate what I do. I appreciate what you're spending on. I got a grandfather clock in my house that doesn't even turn on anymore. I haven't pulled those chains in, I think, 15 years.
Pull 'em.
And I have it, huh?
No time like the present.
But I have it at 9 o'clock.
So pull them.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
That's literally yanking someone's chain. Go do it.
I'm afraid to do it. If I pull that chain, it may break.
Go yank that chain. See what happens. You know what? It may be exactly what this world needs is for you to start that grandfather clock. You never
funny.
know. Imagine if you pull that chain and all this money comes out, you'd be like, wow, why did I never do that before?
No,
Now,
I know
Dawn.
there ain't no money in there.
Don and Freddie, this morning I asked Sylvia during the Fuego show, I said, we have a little segment for you to think about it. And I'm going to ask both of you that question. If at 2 o'clock today, April 13th, the entities that are in control of this say, okay, no more physical distance separation. Now we can go back to normal. What will be the first thing that you do, Don? And what is the first thing that you will do, Freddie?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, what will be the first thing? A lot of people saying, I will go to a pizza place and just eat all this Italian food. I will go to the pool. I will go to the gym. Sylvia, just for your information, say, then we will go to the studio and we will say, Fuego officially is open. Let's have a party. Bring your best shoes. Bring everything to drink. Bring the DJ. Bring the music because the party just began and we cannot stop the party. That's what
I
Sylvia
would
said.
do. I would open the bay door and tell everyone to come in and have a party.
Exactly. That's what
Wait
Sylvia
a
said.
minute, wait a minute. Hold on. I want to clarify the question. At 2 o'clock, what happens?
If they say at 2 p.m. today, no more physical or social distance, the coronavirus and the COVID-19 is gone, everything has to come back to normal. What will be the first thing that you do if you have no restrictions?
I have the perfect answer.
Okay?
I will go to church and light a candle for all the lost souls that we have. And I will ask God to give me guidance so that we never go down this path again. And then I will open up the bay doors at the studio, and I will invite 10,000 people. And I will get everybody, you know how the Bible says he took a fish and fed thousands? I will invite everybody to bring something so that, you know what, we can rejoice and get back, not to the old normal, but to the new normal. That's what I would do.
So what this is telling me is that when this is going back to normal, the four of us, Sylvia, Don, Freddie, and I, know exactly what we need to do. We will pray to our God to say thank you, and let's hope that this will never happen again. Thank you for what we have, and let's go for it. We're going to open the bay. We're going to put the music. We hire a good DJ, whatever. I'm just kidding. And we go, let's party like 2029, I guess.
Exactly. And I just want you to know, DJ, even though I've been here, nothing in your loft has been touched, nor has the air vent over here, because those are DJ's things.
Okay, no change of pictures, no new frames, nothing?
Absolutely nothing. I'm looking forward to getting the artist back in, to changing some things, to moving things around. Yeah, and about getting the party back going again, because you know what? It's what we need to do. But luckily, I get to sit here and watch Desi and Lucy right across from our studio, see all of you on the screen, be back home, spread a little more hope and light, I hope.
Yeah, and I miss Hector. I miss Mia, and I miss Brady. I miss Mary doing all her painting and stuff. Those things that identify the branding of the Brooklyn Cafe, the branding of the AMP production, the branding of Dawn, the new Dawn Media Theater. All that stuff is beautiful. So I miss the mopping.
It's all yours. Actually, I was thinking, should I mop today or not? We'll think about it, but it's all yours. It's all waiting here for everyone to come back, and I'm looking forward to being able to do that and open this up, and slowly but surely, most important thing is to make sure everybody is safe and healthy and have food in their bellies, and if not, we'll have a party, we'll bring some food. Do you remember, Freddie, in November when we opened everything up, that we had just moved in, we had boxes, and everyone brought in something for our Friendsgiving?
That was strange.
We'll
I told you
be doing it
cancel.
again.
Remember, I said cancel.
Yes, you did. And it's a good thing that I didn't listen to you. It's a good thing I follow my own intuition when I have to. But, that's the other point. If people can follow their own intuition, and you all know in your heart of heart what's the right thing to do, when it feels right, when it feels wrong, that inner voice that says, I got to keep going. This is where I need to be. This is what I need to do. That's who you need to follow. Turn off the news, stop reading what's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, because you can always tune back in, but you gotta do you. You gotta love you first, you gotta wrap your arms around your family, you gotta do what you gotta do, and say, we got this, we're gonna keep going. And there she is.
Hey guys, I don't know, listen, I don't know what happened.
I gotta apologize because my partner gave you the wrong code.
Who was that partner?
Dawn gave you the code she gave DJ.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because DJ got frozen because she tried to come in. So I gave her the other one you gave me, and now there she is.
All right, perfect.
Hey, that's fine. That's okay. I've been enjoying the show. It's been great.
How you doing, Deb?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. Hanging in there one day at a time.
You look terrific.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
We haven't seen you in a long time. How's your family doing?
How come my hair is so perfect?
Whose hair?
Yours.
Oh my God. It is? I mean, this is the first time I think I put on clothes except for when I go to the grocery store. Usually I have pajamas on.
Friday is Pajama and Pancake Friday.
I know, I saw that. I saw Jesse online making pancakes and whatever the other thing was called.
Boleros.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
Right?
Boleros, Spanish songs and cooking. I'm thinking of wearing 2 coconuts with lingerie. What do you think?
Ask JoJo about that.
Everybody must be shell-shocked.
Literally, but Mike Juan drop shell shock for your coconut shells.
Yeah, definitely.
Deb, how's everyone in your house?
Everyone's good. You know, Heather's teaching classes via Zoom for her dance classes. Jaden's doing his work online with the teachers. I'm not working at all right now. And Louis is still delivering mail.
How's that going?
So far, so good. You know, they're wearing masks and gloves, and you know, he hasn't missed a beat. He's a hard worker.
That's amazing. Are they going into the post office, picking things up the same, or has it changed?
No, I mean, they already distance themselves anyways because they're cubby holes, and they have lots of sanitizer, gloves, masks, but they do the same routine that they've done. But of course, you know, the mail volume's down, of course.
Is it?
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, because look what's going on.
Yeah, I got one piece of mail on Saturday, and I thought, that's so odd. But I guess it's saving on trees, right? We got to look at the upside. We're saving trees,
Yeah,
we're saving resources.
We're saving trees, but we got to keep the post office going. Of course, they're crying in poverty right now, so.
Everybody is. But again, that's a government entity that should be taken care of under this umbrella because this is what keeps our nation afloat. You know, there are things popping and cracking all over this place here, Freddie, and I don't even know what is going on, but I'm here alone.
So I know can't hear you, Dawn. I'm sorry.
I just heard a big
Dawn, by the
pop.
way, you look awesome, sweetheart.
You know,
Be
my
careful.
friend
Maybe,
Corpy,
maybe next door. Maybe next door they're trying to put the music on or something. Is
They're
anybody
closed.
there?
Everything
They're
is closed.
Wow. What about our
No,
friend
that's just
Israel? You see Israel there?
no, that's just a giant rat in the corner. That's gonna come out and greet them. She's not afraid of rats.
I love you
she's
too.
not?
No, I'm not. I'm really
No.
not afraid of any of that stuff.
How about snakes?
No.
No?
She single-handedly wrestled a sumo reptile and broke it in half. I mean, single-handedly.
Yep.
Oh.
I wrapped
Really?
it up in a garbage bag and I disposed of it. Was dead.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's a little different.
We don't know what it was before she got hurt.
But Deb, I have to tell you, Kristen was on this morning and she is lovely. Kristen Corpian with Corp Law.
Yeah, you know, listen, Laura is my best friend, Laura Castillo, and it's her cousin, and she talks so highly of her, and she had told me about it before, and I had mentioned it to you a long time ago. I think that she would be an asset to the show for sure.
But she's fantastic and she has so many things she can offer to people and just hope and help.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Have we met
We need
Laura?
that. Yeah, she came when you were at the
Gallery.
gallery a while ago, probably about when Mary was there. There was a whole group of us there. Yeah, Laura is one of the most amazing people. You were talking about people, you know, giving. She put on Facebook immediately when this happened. If there were any children that needed food, she would deliver food to them. And she's been giving food to children and seniors, and she's amazing.
That's incredible. You know, that's what
Yeah,
I'd like to
she's
start
really-
doing, Freddie, are segments on what people are doing in the community to give back. And let's just feature everyone, because you know what? Everyone is a hero right now. Everyone is doing something to give back. And I'd love to feature some of their stories on what they're doing. And maybe it'll inspire
that'd be-
someone else to say, you know what, we can do that also.
I think that's a great
Well,
idea.
you guys are doing amazing to what you're doing, keeping everybody's spirits up, inspiring people. I mean, you've always done that, but you're really coming through right now when we need it.
Oh, well, thank you, Deb. But that's the segment I'd like to do because everyone is doing, whether it's kids doing an art project or playing with a slip and slide outside or a puzzle. I saw people doing Easter picnics in their backyard. I was walking around my neighborhood and someone else had sent up like a tent in their backyard. I guess the kids are camping outside in their backyard in a tent. What are people doing now just to give back and have some family time?
We're doing a lot of things. We're playing games, and he's on the computer a lot, and going outside, playing bocce with Louie, and doing capoeira. You know, they're doing capoeira still via Zoom.
Oh,
Heather
okay.
and Jaden. And my daughter is doing a lot on her movement. It's called wearedope.com, where they are giving back to suicide prevention.
Yeah,
It's
that's
called
one of my fears, Deb, is that's going to skyrocket.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's one of
I
my
think
big
that's why it's
concerns.
that's why it's so important. My daughter just lost a previous student to suicide just a little over a month ago, but she had already had a movement where you buy a T-shirt and all $5 of that money goes to suicide prevention. So
Wow.
we're going to see a lot of that. Unfortunately, I'm afraid.
Tell us about Heather's, what she's doing with dope. It's been a while since you filled everybody
It's
in.
the website is called wearedope.com, and it's T-shirts, and they say either I am dope or you are dope. And what that is, that's something positive for younger people. And they buy a T-shirt and they go on, they film it and go on her website. She shares it, and for every T-shirt you buy, $5 goes to the suicide prevention.
It's
There's two
tremendous.
different sites. Yeah, two different. I can't believe there's two different organizations she gives to with that money. She's done quite well, and she puts something up every day on her page, inspiring people and trying to get people to talk and know they're not alone.
That's what we need. That's what everyone needs to realize. You're not alone. There is help. There is hope. I saw NAMI had a commercial out. You can reach out to them. And suicide prevention, it's tremendous. Because, Freddie, that is my fear, that's going to be next.
That is, and we actually were going to be talking to someone about that subject matter in the show, I think on Thursday. I think you set it up for. And it's a problem because there's a lot of panic attacks, and a lot of kids don't understand what it means. A lot of people don't understand the difference between panic and depression and how that works out. And it's something we're going to have to deal with. I think, Dawn, you hit it best, is that the virus is one thing, but the scar that is going to leave psychologically on us is another. And we got to be prepared for that onslaught. There's a lot of things that we have to do. And on top of all of that, because I'm looking at DJ, there's a whole level of Spanish speaking, non-English speaking, who aren't going to understand what the hell is going on. And that message is going to have to be translated into that language, plus others, so that people can get the picture.
Well, it seems like
I was
DJ's got a
gonna
big
mention-
responsibility.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, Heather, globally, one person dies from suicide every 40 seconds.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. And those are the unwritten statistics of all of this that are not coming out. And you want to know what grinds my gears? It's things like that grind my gears, because this happens all the time and information is not giving out. Not as much awareness is out there that heart disease, so many diseases are out there. But this is just that's horrible. One in every 3 seconds. Wow, Deb.
Yeah, one person dies every 40 seconds. It's pretty sad. And it's going to, like you said, Dawn, unfortunately, I think it's going to increase after this is over.
All we can do is hope and pray that we can get resources out to people and make a difference. If you just get to one, if you help feed one hungry senior citizen, one hungry family, one child, if everyone just helps one, imagine the impact that we can have on our community, on our nation, on our world. It just takes one. As you always say, Freddie, you can have 1,000 people watching your show, but all you need is the right set of eyes. So all you need is that one person to make a phone call.
It only takes one person.
Right? To say, I care, to say, how are you doing today? Can I help? How can I be of service to you? And you know what? That one outreach can make all the difference to that other person.
That's why what you guys do is so important.
Deb, we love you so much. Be safe.
Oh, I love you guys.
Thank you for sending the referral over for Kristen. More to come?
Anytime, you know that.
DJ, thank you so much. Can't wait to have you back here. We're going to play some games.
Anytime. Good to see you,
Nice
okay?
to see you, DJ.
Nice to see you. Keep the faith, okay? We are going to be strong,
Hey,
better than
Dawn.
ever, okay?
Dawn,
That's right.
I want to
Absolutely.
play the games in Spanish so you can try to figure it out.
Okay.
Interesting. Fantastic.
I gotta
Thank
watch
you.
that.
Charades
Thank
in
you.
Spanish. You got it.
Got it. Good to see you guys. Keep the faith. Keep the faith.
You as well. Bye, DJ.
Yes, absolutely.
Love you guys.
Love.
And there
That
you
was
go.
fun.
You have fun?
Yeah, she was using a code that didn't exist, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I'd given her so many codes. I'm just glad it worked, Deb, because we love Deb. Deb's been a longtime friend of our show, and it's amazing. You know, I sat over the weekend. I went through all of the numbers to try and fill out some of these grants and PPP. I haven't even looked at yet, but you need the numbers first. And look back over all the things that we had done through the studio and all the things we have purchased and equipment and food for the crew. And you're like, wow. And it makes you think about all these memories of where we were, where we are. And you know what? We're going to get through this also. More to come, but makes me think of Ellie's Diner. How are they doing? Foxworth Fountain, all these places that were clients that we featured so much with, so much time. I wonder how everybody's doing because they had to all be closed right now as far as that goes, right?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but we gotta see the turn of events with the powers that be, how they're going to challenge, how they're going to handle this. If the powers that be does the right thing and reboot and let's start all over and get rid of the last 2 months, we got a shot.
Reboot.
We got a shot. If they don't, it's just going to be very, very difficult to get those friends back online. And we have to find something else for them to do, a different type of business.
Just keep going. You know what? It just takes one. Make that one phone call, make that one text, make that one outreach, see how you can help someone, be of service to them. And that phone call may very well make the difference in their lives for the day. Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. Freddie, I'm glad you're safe and at home. Thank you for welcoming me back to the studio because I have missed it. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time or pajama time.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.